Who takes the third game of preseason is BS. BS.
Get that stuff out of here. It's Southwest Bias.
Welcome into another edition of Southwest Bias live from the brand new Studio K here at HQ3. Remember, it's brought to you by Circle K, and you should become a member of the Inner Circle today by downloading that Circle K app. We're talking the third game of preseason. No, we're not previewing it yet. We're going to get into that Friday with our man, Johnny Venerable. But I think it's important for the Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon not to take this game as BS, as our friend Denny Green once said, R.I.P. Denny, because of one big reason. You, the fan. And look, I understand if you buy tickets to an NFL preseason game or any preseason game, it's essentially a blind bag. You don't know what you're going to get when you reach in there and rip it open. You could wind up getting total crap. And that's just the chance you take in a lot of cases. But when people are paying $90+ to come out and watch a preseason game out in Glendale, I think they deserve to at least see those starters for one series, especially since we did not see them at all in Denver, and that game against New Orleans is looming, and I'd like to see that offense get a little bit extra work out there, that first team offense. I think it's cruel and unusual punishment if you put your entire fan base that paid hard-earned money to watch that game and force them to watch Clayton Tune for 4 quarters. I'm sorry. I'm sure Clayton Tune is a very nice guy. I'm sure Clayton Tune works hard. Clayton Tune is painful to watch at quarterback. Clayton Tune is a UFL quarterback, not a guy that should be playing as a backup in the NFL. And I don't think it's fair for people to pay to see that for a full game. Even 3 quarters of that would not be something I think you should subject paying customers to. I think you have a responsibility when you ask people to pay money to give them a product that at least is passable. That's regular season, that's preseason. If you're just going to punt on preseason in that way, pun intended, I think you've got to do those games for a much cheaper rate or even let people in for free. Because if you're paying to see that, that's just not fair. That's extremely not fair. And I will say this, and is the one thing that the disgraced former owner of the Phoenix Suns ever did that made me go, that was interesting in a positive way. I was calling a preseason game with John Bloom and Casey Jacobson on Suns.com. And we're sitting there, and it's the middle of the 4th quarter against the San Antonio Spurs in the preseason. The Spurs had decided to sit all their starters and a lot of their main backups. Didn't even travel. And the disgraced former owner in the middle of the game walks over to the table as a timeout happened, the scorer's table, picks up the PA mic and apologizes to the entire crowd and guarantees them all free tickets to a regular season game. If I'm paying good money, I expect to at least see a halfway decent product. And I know for the Cardinals for decades, that wasn't the case even during the regular season. But I would very much like to see that first team out there, at least for a series. For the fans, and because I need to feel a little bit better. I need to see a little bit more. I need to wash the taste out of my mouth of whatever those backups did on the field in Denver in week 2. Because it was not great. I mean, heck, our friend Johnny Venerable lost his freaking mind after the game because it was so bad. Bo was a little bit more sensible. And I get it. It's second and third stringers playing against second and third stringers. But I want to see the first team come out and play a series or two, move the ball on offense, get some pressure on the quarterback on defense, and give me that dress rehearsal since there's 2 weeks until New Orleans. Show me that live fire. Show me what you can do against an opponent in an actual, when you got the pads on, when you're hitting out there, and when it's not just go through the motions in practice, can't hit a quarterback. I want to see that. I want to see the connection between Marv and Kyler. I want to see Drew Petzing call that offense with his weapons, at least for a series or two. Jonathan Gannon and the Arizona Cardinals owe that to their fans, but maybe that's just my Southwest bias. A big welcome to all the biased in the chat. Connor, KR Gordon, Boom Shakalaka, Math to the Power of Joe. We've got the whole crew in here today. Glad to have each and every one of you. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach. Shane, how are you, my friend?
Lovely. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, dude.
Would you play your starters at all in Game 3?
It depends. It depends what my confidence level is with practice. I just like I'm gonna be honest. I disagree with you on this. I don't think you owe the fans anything. It's preseason. They know what they're getting.
Well, then I think you got to severely discount those tickets. Like, there should not be a $90, $100, $200 ticket to a preseason game. I'm sorry.
Supply and demand, Espo. People are buying them.
I still think, man, it's just, bleh.
Yeah.
I don't want. I mean, we started our post-game show at halftime in Game 2 because it was so bad to watch. I fast-forwarded through the damn thing just to get through it in 40 minutes because it was a snooze fest. I would like to at least see something a little bit more. Boom Shakalaka says Murray is too expensive and can't lead the team. I believe he's saying Carson Wentz and Jacoby Brissett at QB. That sounds like what I'm saying that fans shouldn't have to pay full price for. I don't know. I think you got to give them something a little bit more, but I also understand that you don't want guys to get hurt. But if you had played them in Game 2, maybe I understand that. But you didn't. So you're going to give these guys almost a full month, actually a full month, between last time they played in the preseason and that first preseason game. I think that our first regular season game, I think that's nuts. I think that is nuts and a recipe for disaster if you do not play them in this game.
I don't think so because you're not playing against real competition. Because not a lot of teams do it anyway. It's just preseason has become so pointless. I wouldn't be surprised if they shrink the schedule.
Then do away with it. Do a bunch of joint practices and do away with it. Don't I don't need to watch this slop. Neither does people that need to pay for it. So let's go scrolling a little bit, Shane. A lot happened on the internet. Nothing major, but a lot of things happened on the internet yesterday or last night since the last time we were on the show. And I got to give a big shout out to Corbin Carroll, who set the record for most triples in a season for an Arizona Diamondback. He now has 16, but that's not all. He's coming up on actually having the most triples of anyone that's active in the major leagues. Right now, it's Mike Trout and Starling Marte with 55. Corbin Carroll in his career already has 42 triples. And he has a chance for multiple more this season. I mean, if he's been at an unbelievable clip, I think had 2 yesterday, he can keep adding this. He can climb this list this season. I think he could surpass it next season as long as Mike Trout and Starling Marte don't go on some tear when it comes to triples. I'm not sure there's a faster guy in baseball when he gets on the base paths like this too. It is insane. It looks like you've fast forwarded the tape when you watch Corbin Carroll run those bases. I never thought I would be thoroughly excited for a guy watching him on the base paths, but I am when it comes to Corbin Carroll. It is fun to watch this guy on the base paths. Have you seen anything like it before, Shane?
I mean, no, he's the fastest player in baseball. I don't think there's really a question. Like, what he has another gear in another gear that has a third gear. Like it's ridiculous seeing him when he rounds first to get to a double, it's like, okay, that's like 95% of players would never try to even stretch that. But then when you're on second to get his triples, he is moving so fast. It's the meme where he's breaking the what is it, space-time continuum barrier.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Speaking of fast or not so much, there was a mascot race like they usually do. It's a Legends race there, but they let some mascots get involved at the Diamondbacks game last night as it was Suns and Mercury night. But look at the gorilla here. Has a big lead, and then he goes like Larry or Mo, Curly from the Three Stooges, does a flip and then like wipes his butt on the infield dirt here. I don't know what was happening. And our boy Ray is part of this and doesn't even finish, doesn't even wind up in the picture at the end here. I don't understand. The gorilla apparently just had some kind of mental break here. I know this is all planned, but still, I mean, what is this? The flip and then the whoop, 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 whoop. And then you literally, Ray's not in the picture. You got Matt Williams winning, and then Scorch just dives in head first after the fact. They all need to take running, base running and race running from Corbin Carroll, because I am disappointed in Ray. We represent him every day here on the program. He sits here on the desk, and the man can't even finish. He can't even get to the finish line. And then the gorilla, go. I am so disappointed in you. That's not the clown prince of basketball. That was just a dumb move there. Get the win, then wipe your butt on the infield dirt. Don't do it beforehand. I had to look at that. That was ridiculous. And then one last thing, our friends over at Arizona Sports History on X had this little nugget. 29 years ago, it is the 29th anniversary of this. It was the day after the Suns acquired traded Charles Barkley to the Rockets for Mark Bryant, Sam Cassell, Robert Horry, and Chucky Brown. They all got introduced. Those guys played like 160 games total as Suns. Robert Horry lasted 32 games. Sam Cassell lasted 22. Chucky Brown lasted 10. This was one of the most embarrassing trades ever in Suns history, just with the lack of return that you got and how quickly these guys left, and the fact that Robert Horry became such a villain for the Suns in the long run. So happy anniversary to that. Plus, happy National Radio Day. We miss you, Al McCoy. Just wanted to say that. On the other side of the break, we welcome in everybody's favorite, and I guess he's mine too, Mark McClune. We're going to talk a little Cardinals. We're going to talk some Ketel Marte, and I got a game where we decide what you can blame Arizona sports media for right after this. Back to tell you about my friends at Mountain America Credit Union. MACU has got you covered because we all have our own style. And with the MyStyle Checking Account, it can fit your lifestyle. You want things that are great rewards? They got it for you. Restaurant deals, because we all love restaurants. These are built-in benefits just by having the MyStyle Checking Account. Mobile phone protection. You chuck your phone, they break it, they'll take care of it. Telehealth access, identity protection, loan rate discounts, offers on travel and events. Like if you want to go punish yourself and watch a NFL preseason game where four stringers are playing the whole time, they got a discount for you. That's how great they are. Make MyStyle your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit MACU.com/MyStyle to apply. Insured by NCUA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration and activation. Terms and conditions and exclusions apply, just like in life. And branded bills. I've talked about these guys. They are locally owned. They've got a giant facility in Tempe, right near Tempe Marketplace. This place is insane. Drove by it the other day. And you know why they can have that? Because they make the best hats in the game. You need a good hat. You need a breathable hat because you're outside in the heat. There is none better than Branded Bills. They make custom headwear and apparel. So if your business is looking for something great to wear to promote your business, they've got these custom hats. We've got the PHNX one here on the desk all the time. They've got great quarter zips, polos. They got everything you could want. And these hats, I'm wearing one today. I wear them every day on the program. They got state-specific hats. I wear my Arizona hats a lot. They got colleges, U of A, ASU, GCU, pro teams. They got the Suns, right? They've done collabs with the Diamondbacks. You're going to want to get a Branded Bills hat. And right now, you can save 15% on your first order when you use that promo code BBPHNX at brandedbills.com. That's BBPHNX for 15% off. It's time to welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, who's got the best art in the business behind him, even including our mural. He's got the great desert landscape behind him. It is Mark McClune, who actually I think just dropped. So we'll bring Mark in a second. And like I mentioned, we're going to play a game with Mark when he gets here, where we're going to figure out what we can actually blame Arizona sports media for. And it is going to be a lot of fun. Another thing that Mark, as we welcome him in, will talk about is what the Arizona Family Sports has coming up soon. They're going to have some great ASU historic games that they're going to show. We welcome Mark into the program. Mark, how are you, my friend?
Good morning. Apologize for dropping out before I can make my appearance. I'm very excited about the game we're going to play today. Very excited to talk all things Gorilla Racing, Legends Race, the Diamondbacks. I've long wanted to get in one of those suits and be mic'd up and see if I could complete the race. And was a little sad I couldn't get down there last night.
Mark, you and I need to get in the same race and see who can win. I'll even take Randy Johnson, so I have the disadvantage since it's so tall. So
I don't run a whole lot anymore. I ran a lot and hurt my hip, so I don't know that I'll even be able to finish the race. I will try. If I could like elliptical the race, that would probably be the best bet for me.
I don't run either, but it doesn't seem like that is a requirement. It seems like they rig it for whoever they want to win anyway. So
fair enough. Yeah.
The big Diamondbacks headline, and I want your take on this. We talked about it earlier in the week. The Ketel Marte situation. What was your read on it and kind of the fallout from it as well?
I think it had been building for a while. You know, it's something that I kind of, when Mike Hazen was talking during the trading deadline leading up to it, I had tweeted something of him about him saying that he basically didn't rule out trading Ketel Marte, and I put it out there, and our friend Gambo responded to it, and it went crazy. And then you have Nick Pecoro's reporting, and I mean Nick's not just gonna throw something out there without having vetted that completely. And Bob Nightingale, and to see the fan base react the way it did, I love it, because I think it says that people care about these teams, and that's what we want as sports fans, people to care about their teams. I thought from a standpoint of how the Diamondbacks handled it, I thought they handled it perfectly on Monday. I thought they put it to bed. Marte met the media. That was that. They're moving on. I still think that there's going to be some, looking around to trade him potentially in the offseason, but I don't think you give away a guy who's going to start the All-Star game at second base for the National League the next 5 years. He's too talented, and I really think Ketel Marte should be in consideration for MVP every year. He's that talented.
All right. I was talking Cardinals in the first segment, and my opinion is they owe it to the hometown crowd to at least play the starters for a series. What's kind of your read? Should they play the starters? And what are you looking forward to in this final game of the preseason?
I would love it if they played the starters, because I'm doing the pregame show and I want something to get everybody excited about.
You don't want to talk about Clayton Tune for 30 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, we sat through that on Saturday night in Denver, and I think everybody was ready to go home at that point, and it wasn't the finest showing. It's still fun talking NFL football. I don't think week 3 of the preseason, week 3 of the season, we'll even remember if the starters played. So it would be nice for them to go out there, and you could make a case for them to go out there and get a rhythm. But if somebody were to suffer an injury, I think that would be worse than if they do play. But nothing's been said. So if they want to play the starters, I am here for it, and I will spend 30 minutes leading up to kickoff getting very excited about it, because I really want to see what this team looks like now that Kyler he's said that his knee feels as close to it as it did 2 years ago. I want to see this defense with Josh Sweat coming off the edge. I think there's you could talk yourself a million ways here, and I'm tired of the preseason. I'm ready for the regular season to get here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still have 2 weeks for that to come around. You guys are doing something fun at AZ Family Sports, though. I really like this idea. You guys are asking fans to vote for their top 5 ASU football games from the Pac-12 days. You've got, I believe it's 10 or 15 that they can choose from, and then you're going to show those 5 on AZ Family Sports. Where'd the idea come from, and how excited are you to get to relive some of these moments that fans are going to choose?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to continue to build the channel. And Blanca Esparza Pop, who's our station manager, and I know you've struck up a relationship, and and she's great. And it's been her vision with Rising and Mercury and Suns and Cardinals, and this is just kind of the latest thing that has kind of materialized. So yeah, we have. I think on Friday, I'm sitting down with the good folks with Desert Financial, and we're doing the intros for all of them. So we have 17 intros for all the games, and yeah, we're gonna let people vote, and it's just fun. And I think what's more fun about this than going to YouTube and watching the game is you can just kind of sit on the couch and watch. I find myself every time I pick up a device or log on the computer, I feel like I'm working, and you can just throw on AZ Family Sports, kick your feet up, and relive it. And what I love about reliving old games is there's so many things that you didn't notice the first time or you forgot about. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to whether it's ASU in the Rose Bowl, whether it's some of the Pat Tillman, Jake Plummer games, whether it's USC game when they had him beat Terry Richardson ripping off the punt return right before the half, and College Game Day was here, and you thought the Sun Devils might knock off mighty USC. That's the fun stuff. Those are the moments that we're excited about.
If you could rewatch any sporting event, if you just put yourself right back there, what sporting event would you watch?
Man, it would be something Texas Longhorn football related, but I've probably watched them all. I mean, I pay for the Longhorn Network. I think I'd go. I like going back and kind of like digging in the. We've a great archive system at Arizona's Family, so some of the Diamondback stuff from 2001. Love seeing the Cardinals Super Bowl run. It's really fun. So we have beta tapes that go back to 1988, so you can catch some 1987 ASU Rose Bowl stuff. You can get the Wildcats and their march to the Final Four, and this is just stuff that like I don't know, looking for some piece of video from the Cardinals. I was looking the other day. I came across the Cardinals and Broncos joint practice in like 1991, and then Charles Barkley playing golf. And so it's, you know what, we should do like a video where Espo comes over to the AZ Family Archive and we see what we can dig up, because
Done.
it's a rabbit hole.
Done. I will be there at about 3:15 today, and we can spend
Okay.
until you have to do your show at 10:30. We'll just
Okay.
we'll just dig through it, and I'm
We'll get
taking
no
you
work
up on
done.
that. I'm taking
Okay.
up my 2 games. Game 7 of the 1993 Western Conference Finals. Would love to rewatch the Supersonics and Suns battle it
Yeah.
out, and then I want to watch that triple overtime game from the 1975 Finals. I've never actually seen the whole thing, but I want to see that and see it for the first time. So those would be my 2.
We have
Mark,
the 3/4 inch tape. Like I could give you a tape and sit you in a room. Now the tape, it's sitting in the library, and it might break, but it might not, and that might be like a fun game to play for Espo.
we are definitely coming over. Shane's going to film this. We're going to find some great old school stuff to watch. Are you ready to play the game? Are you ready? This has become a tradition with you and I. We play a game when you show up. Today's an important one.
I have been waiting for this since you texted, "Will you join the show?" So I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited.
Shane, do you have our graphic? We're playing the blame game, and that's right. Are we going to blame Phoenix media, sports media, for these things? I will give you an event. You tell me, was it Phoenix, Arizona sports media's fault? The first one, Suns collapse in Game 7 versus the Mavs. Was that the Arizona sports media's fault?
No, I think that was still COVID's fault, and we have never found out exactly if that's the case. I think they were exhausted from the New Orleans series, and I think as I was doing live shots during the Mavs series in, let's see, game 2, as they were going back to Dallas, everybody walked out to see their friends and family. They were all coughing and sneezing. I was like, huh. But I mean, I don't have any. I mean, I couldn't like test them at the time. So I think there was some sickness, and I think there was some fatigue. I think they beat New Orleans and Willie Green, but he took a chunk of flesh with him, a pound of flesh
Incorrect.
with him.
Incorrect. It
Oh,
was Arizona
okay.
Sports Media's fault. Gerald gave everybody COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Arizona
It's all
Sports
Jared.
Media's fault.
It's all Jared's fault.
Amari Stoudemire's knee injury that led to his microfracture surgery, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
By maybe like, getting so excited about Amari, so wanting him to dunk more and maybe push the knee farther than it can go. He was in the dunk contest. This was right before I arrived, and he had the microfracture. He was out for a year. So I'm gonna say it was Arizona Sports Media's fault.
It was, but actually because Mark Asher, Nancy Kerrigan him. So,
Oh
little
gosh.
known fact. All right. The failure of the Suns' big three, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
Yeah, because none of us could go in there and guard the rim. If one of the members of the media, they would have like a DeAndre Ayton who was a member of the media and could protect the rim. You'd have three guys that kind of did the same thing. So, yeah, I'm kidding. No, that was not. That was just a roster issue.
Yes, it was Arizona Sports Media's fault because nobody knows this. I was the one that completed the deal with the Nets and the Wizards. So it's Arizona Sports Media's fault.
Yeah, I know they call you, man, to get stuff done. Yeah.
Kyler Murray's video game clause, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
The trend that I'm seeing here is that it's all our fault. So yes, because oh gosh, who would be a good gamer in the sports media who kind of unveiled the fact that he was on all the time? Yeah, because there was like a what's the game he always plays? A Call of Duty. Who
Mhm.
put on the Call of Duty tournament? Who's most likely over at the new office there to be playing Call of Duty and distracting an athlete from their business and studying film?
Oh, the call came from inside your house. I think it was Nick King that did it, right? I think it was your group that ran that. So I blame you guys. That it definitely
Okay.
was
I'm
our
Nick
fault.
King. Yeah.
This is before your time, but back in the 90s, I believe it was 97, there was something called the Phoenix Lights. Everybody thought it was aliens that came to Phoenix. Was this Phoenix or Arizona Sports Media's fault?
Yes, absolutely for talking about it ad nauseum. Yes. If not, it would have been like planes lining up at Sky Harbor, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
it actually was John Gambadoro stole a B-52 bomber and was flying it over the valley. So yes, Arizona Sports Media's fault.
What song would he have been listening to while he was flying the plane, by the way?
Probably Sister Golden Hair or something
Yeah,
from
yeah.
ABBA.
Yeah.
The movie
Did they ever
Geely,
collab? Yeah.
the movie Geely, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
Yeah, it has to be. But Geely. I can't wait. Well, yeah, why was it our fault?
Little known fact: Jude LaCava, best friends with J-Lo, told her to actually do the movie. So the Beatles breaking up, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, Joe Gilmartin actually told Yoko Ono it was a good idea to break them up. And then the final one, the 1969 Kareem coin toss, was that Arizona Sports Media's fault?
No, because I don't know if the media has any change lying around, man. We're like pinching every, no?
It actually was. Well,
Oh.
no, it actually was the fans' fault, but the Arizona Republic ran a poll that fans voted in, and they chose the wrong thing. So the fans were to blame for that one. That is the blame
Blame the
game. Is it
media.
Arizona Sports Media's fault? Mark, thanks for playing.
Hey, you know what? I'm just trying to get out here in the front lines. If we need to blame somebody for our struggles, blame me. As Jonathan Gannon says, take the arrow in the forehead. That's what we're here for, and we appreciate you doing that every day for us here, Espo.
That is Mark McClune. Everything is your fault. You heard it here first. You can follow him at Twitter at Mark McClune. You can catch him on AZ Family and AZ Family Sports. Mark, thanks for the time.
All right, appreciate it. Headed to work. We'll see you tonight in the Extra Point at 10:35.
See you then, man. It's another edition of Southwest Bias in the books. Big thanks to the mustache behind the Max, Shane Diefenbach. Always appreciate him. You can follow him at Shane Dief. You can follow the show at PHNX_sports. You can follow me at Espo. And remember, you can always blame me because that's what you do anyways. Ahoy, hoy!
We all silly like the mayor.